Yo, 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 to the yo, 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 and for you, I made it. We've organized things a little bit today to see if we can start to clippity clip through some chapters on how to approach your thumbnail for Etsy using the new feature from StreamYard called their AI Thumbnails Creator. We've been having a lot of fun with it behind the scenes, and we've been going live every day trying to learn a little bit more and push it a little bit further. And that's kind of the intention here, is to eventually get somewhere that you are very pleased with. It's a powerful thumbnail that you can use and spread across your social platforms with ease, and looks good, has the message understood, and well, you love it. You love to see it on the timeline of any of the socials. You're confident about it, and it's just saying all the things that you need for it to say for your Etsy shop. For your Etsy shop. If you know anything about me, I love the whole streaming seller, a niche. I think it's fabulous. I want more people on Etsy to actually go live showcasing their story, their product, their ideas, their price points, and all of those things. So, um, today we are going to focus on color. We're going to be visiting the Etsy in an incognito window, the Etsy landing page, and see where they're at with color, which I think is very important for your thumbnail to reflect what others would see when they go onto Etsy. They're not going directly to your link, or even then, if they're going to your link and there's what do we have there? Other featured sellers, right, end up being on your landing page. So, how do we kind of meld all these things? How do we make your product look really great on the thumbnail to make it super easy for you? So many things. All the things. So before we get too crazy started, let's make sure that you can hear the stream on YouTube. And you cannot hear the stream on YouTube. Let me refresh. Just needed to refresh. Okay, so we look good. There I am right in the center. It's like, Beauty, how'd you do that? Well, that's a custom layout from a thumbnail. I used the Etsy logo. I masked out the center portion. I brought myself in, and that's why you can see me in the center of what was the Etsy logo. So this is the Etsy logo. This is the thumbnail that I used for YouTube. I masked out the center. There I am there. That's what it looks like without the overlay. And then I used it as an overlay. So this is an example of using one piece of graphic and being able to model it for different purposes. So as you know, for example, back here, if you download it, you could use it for any number of social reach, the story you're telling, etc., right? For that. So, but for now, let's go ahead so you guys can actually see my the voice um, movement and know that I'm actually right here speaking to you, and we're getting great sound, and so we're just going to move along. You'll notice in the chat, if you come in to live chat, that I've not only put all of the basic knowledge, the demo that we're doing, and all the sites that we will be visiting, including the um, some hex codes for some basic knowledge, but down below, what I did was I put that all in kind of an easy to digest moment for you, where you've got your basic knowledge, your demo colors, the 4 links of the sites that we'll be visiting, and of course, the incognito window for Etsy. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. I don't think I need to keep my site up, so that's what I'll do. I'm going to go ahead and X out of YouTube so that I'm not distracted, but I'm pretty sure that the mic is working and all of that, and just stay focused on my StreamYard Studio. So we're just going to start it from the very beginning. You know that you went here. This is why you've come into the stream. You saw it on the timeline. You follow. You got your notification, etc. And I'm working one day ahead. So this thumbnail was created for everything that I knew yesterday, not everything that I know today. I know some new things today, and I'm going to be sharing um, with you what those are because they have to do with the size of your profile picture. So we're going to do some testing on that. And when we finally get through, going to visit all the sites, and then we'll go over to a StreamYard and build our thumbnail for tomorrow. Because in the next hour, there might be all sorts of things that change. So I don't want to build the thumbnail too early. I want to build the thumbnail at the end of the event so that we can prepare for tomorrow. So the first things first about color. And it is oddly complicated, and it doesn't really have to be that way. So I'm going to stop presenting the Etsy incognito window, and I'm going to present through the screen share with no audio the web colors from the Wikipedia. Go straight to that, straight to the horse's mouth, so to say. So none of this is my idea. Hide the overlay and make this big. Simple search. Web friendly web colors, and go over to Wikipedia so that you have an idea of, and you can just see by the Wikipedia that color is complicated, and we can, which is what we're going to try to do today, is just bring it down to the absolute essence of things by focusing on RGB. You've all heard about RGB. It is the red, the green, and the blue. The next thing that you would say is that, well, sure, beauty, red, green, and blue according to who? Red, green, and blue according to who? I mean, come on here. Look at the web-friendly red, green, or blue. What are you talking about? Well, you have to start here, and it is the red of this red here. Red is the color at the long wavelength of the visible spectrum of light, next to orange and opposite violet. And this is why we see that those opposite colors when you're building up your StreamYard thumbnail. Okay. It has a dominant wavelength of approximately 625 to 740 nanometers. It is a primary color in the RGB color model and a secondary color in the CMYK color model, etc., etc. Okay, remember we are doing RGB. When we go to green, green is the color between cyan and yellow on the visible spectrum. It is evoked by light which has a dominant wavelength of roughly 495 to 570 nanometers. In subtractive color systems, it's used in painting and color printing. And then we go to the blue. The blue. All it says is navy blue is a dark shade of the color blue. There's not a whole lot there about why is blue blue. So we have red. The hex for red is FF0000. FF0000. So we're going to grab the hex of red so that you can see it in the studio. Going to go over to our branding on StreamYard, and we're going to put the red in the banner right now. It's going to be very bold, but this is your red, and we'll show. Okay. And every monitor is different. Of course, our eyes are different. The light that you have in the room is different, and you will see red differently. However, the web does not see the color differently, and it will always and forever be red FF0000. So it's kind of a constant, right? It's an infinite. Um, it's not going to change. It's already embedded in all the libraries, and I don't even know how one would make a hex color change unless we were to discover a new hex color. So there we go on the red. The next one is what? Red, green, blue, RGB. And if I'm speaking like a parent to a child, I'm sorry, I'm doing it for emphasis so that when we take this to a little bit of writing, then let's see here. We're going to go to banners. Don't look at that. Go here, and that's going to be your green. And there's your green. 008000 is the green in the hex. All this will make sense when we go to the StreamYard, okay? But this is how you locate your hex. There are many sites out there that give you your hex. There's color picker tools and all sorts of very cool things like that that get you your hex. Then we'll move on to the blue. Here we go with the blue. Oh, where'd you go, blue? Where'd you go? Where did you go? Here we go. All right, so blue is right here. And we go into our StreamYard Studio. We change the color to blue. And we go to our banners and we put our green there, our blue there. And there is your blue. 0000FF. So now we have all three. And I put them in my library over on StreamYard so that they're very close to me. I can go make sure that I've got, we have one, red, green, blue. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mark them. So the first one would be red. We're good to go there. The next one would be green, RGB, remember. And then we hide this one and make sure RGB and blue. Super simple. So remember, we'll go ahead and go FFFFFF and make it white. And we're going to go with your red, your green, and your blue. The RGB colors are not the default colors that you see when you go to the StreamYard thumbnail creator. That's a little caveat right there. It is not. It is a different blue. I believe it is called Dodger blue, and we'll study that in a little bit as we walk through here. I want to make sure that everybody gets that. We have RGB, red, green, and blue. Okay, let's keep walking down this fabulous website, and it's going through the web safe colors. There are extended colors that some monitors will pick up, and but it will depend once again on the person that's receiving the color and where the color is being displayed on a big monitor, etc. So, but these are pretty much the extended colors that are out in the world of RGB and hex. So let's start off with the red. Here are the red colors here, right over here. You have your dark red, and these are known names. Dark red, red, fire brick, crimson, Indian, light coral, salmon, dark salmon, and light salmon with all of the hex codes right here. See, FF0000 is the red. When we go to the green, let's plunk over here to the right hand side, make sure you guys can see me. So let me hide that so we can see the whole window. And in the green, look at all the greens that are able to come out of this. A lot more greens than reds, from dark green to pale green with all of the hex in between, and the green that is known as RGB the G being green, is right here, 008000. Now as we float down, we're going to take a look at the blues. And this is where I believe the StreamYard blue is, the default blue is. I'd love to verify that, but I do believe that that's where it resides. And you can see that here is the blue value from the RGB at 0000FF. So that's it right there. We go down to your browns, your cyans, and your grays. We're going to just stay and make sure that everybody understands. It's a very easy, it's a Wikipedia site on hex colors. It's all there and available, and tons of information just right here. We really don't have to move around the internet too much, but there's so many very cool sites that explore color and how very cool color is. But I'm going to make sure that you guys have at least that one. So we're going to go ahead and remove and put us back on deck with my overlay and add myself to the window, which should be right there. Okay, super special layout. So let's visit these other websites, shall we? And I have to go back over to my YouTube. Go to my channel and come up here, X out, scroll down below. And the next site we're going to look at is a site called Color Register, colorregister.org. Open him up. And we're going to share this tab instead. I believe we can do that. Yeah, share this tab instead. Going over here, and we're going to share this tab. All right, add him up, take my overlay off. So the next site is colorregister.org / and the last color that I looked at. So what we want to do is we want to take the basic red and come over here and copy it. Come over here and change it up at the top here in the URL. And we will go ahead and and get red. Hope everyone can see that's the red. All right. Now, this site is very cool, the official register of color names, because it's going to let me look into all the different things, the harmonies, the adjacents, and how to convert the color even, and all sorts of story, the story about color, where it came from, the root word, how far it's dating back. So much fun. The parallel Latin word, like if you're, that red was known as Rufus. So if you've ever named a pet Rufus, then learn where the etymology what derives from, where the color red. Basic facts about the color. Remember, it's an FF0000 color, hexadecimal value. That's what the hex colors are. And then we're going to, all of a sudden, it starts telling us about variations. So we're going to view this color variations of tints, shades, tones, and hues. And this is where most people will drop off, because the science of color, well, first of all, there are colorists. Like this is a real career, whether it's for textiles, film, printer inks, Pantone, the people of Pantone. This is the world that they live in, always looking for what color evokes and how to get there. And so here we have the red, We have a color that has no name, a color that has no name. We have a web safe color, light salmon pink. Here's another color that has no name, and the white. So this is what's called a tint. It's the basic color with white added. I don't know if you can see that with your own eye. White is added as the color floats down, and that would be a tint. Here are the color shades of red. Once again, if you'll go to the basic color and by adding black, little by little by little, we get these other web safe colors: Boston University red, crimson, blood, a other blood like crazy, crazy dark ox blood, like ox blood at night. Then we have our tones. And a tone is where you mix the two colors. So in this case, it would be blood red and light salmon pink, and we get a tone. Isn't that crazy? Then we have the hues. These are basic neighbors of the color. So red is in the center here. A neighbor of the color is orange or yellow or green. Same over here. It's either red, pink, or magenta over here. So these are what are called neighbors, your hues. So how fun is this? Now we're going to learn about complementaries, split complementaries, analogous, triadic, tetradic, and squares. And there are even a few more actually when you go a little bit deeper. So in the truth of things, red, the complementary of red is cyan. The split complementaries, which are where you go, it's very cool. They're two adjacent colors of the complement. They're two adjacent colors of the complement. So in this case, the two adjacent from red split up would be this blue and this green. Split complementaries. So you can visit the site and study, and we'll just keep working on this as we're defining your own thumbnail and the message that you are trying to share with color. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the next color. And that color would be, and hold on just a moment. Okay, so now we'll move to green. And we're not going to do all of them. I just wanted you to be familiar with the site and be able to use the site as we move on. So here is our green of the RGB 008000, and here's all the information about the color, the hexadecimal format, the variations by adding white, the variations by adding black, the tones, the hues, and the harmonies. Here we go. Once again, green to purple, split complementary, has is where we have the green, an offset of the purple, an offset of the on the other side. We go back down, analogous. We can see that these are all the colors that are very closely related. The triadic, which are opposite, complete opposite the triadic. Go down the tetradic. I think that maybe we're getting a little bit of this over at StreamYard, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't think it's doing the square. I do believe it's doing more of the tetradic um, when looking at color. Alternatives to the color are all here. If you have a Pantone uh, kit and you know your colors from your web designer, then these would be the colors that you would select from. And all sorts of things, conversions, etc. It's a really, really cool site. All right, let's go to the next site that we shared, and that is your everycolor.org. And we're going to go ahead and share here. And the last thing that we put was the green, and we'll put that there. And we'll share this tab instead. And here we go with every color. Remember, the link is down below too. Every color. And we'll go ahead and X out of him and stay here. So there's your hex color. Go down. Go down. There's going to be a few more ads on this one. Sorry about that. It's going to give us a little bit more science about the color. Here are the web colors. HTML, that would be your same. Your Pantone. When I was saying that your paint colors, this is the Pantone that you would be asking for. Your web colors, tints and shades are here. There are all your shades. This is according to every color. Tone is produced by mixing a color with gray or both tinting and shading. There are your complementaries, your triadics, your triads. And then if you'll notice, there's something that happens right away. We're no longer looking at the color wheel. We're looking at the degree of the split. So when you're working in color and code, you're able to create, this is how these gradients are created, that it is coded to give you the complementary color scheme by using these splits, a 60 degree, a pentagram. These are other ones that we didn't study on the other site, the pentagram, and so forth and so on. A great site, everycolor.org. And then you just simply put the hex code in that you want to take a look at. Okay, then the next one is everycolor.org, converting colors. I'm going to share this tab. And in this one, we're going to take out that and put and grab him. And same thing. This is converting colors. Here are your conversions, your hex, your CMYK, which we have not covered. This describes the hex color details, where it is on the spectrum, brightness and saturation, and it's even giving me ideas on the gradients already. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. The color harmonies, what is analogous, triads, complementaries, split complementaries, square, rectangle, sweet spot, same dimension, inverse universe. So this is why I wanted to kind of move from one link to the other, because on the Wikipedia, it seems like, okay, I can read through this and maybe understand. And then some sites only give you up to the split complementaries. And we saw a site that introduced the square, how to locate those colors in a rectangle form, the sweet spot, same dimension, inverse, and even the pentagram. Okay, and then we have just the images, more images, a preview on white, a preview on black. Preview on white, preview on black. Another crazy thing, color blindness simulation. Yes, these also have hex colors, and this is what would be needed if you, I believe the color blindness is the dichromacy, the trichromacy, the monochromacy, and of course these would be people that would know their own color blindness issues and what affects them and how you might be able to. These are simulations, they say, but that you could create a thumbnail that actually was more suited for the colorblind. Okay. That takes us through all 4 sites, and then we are going to take a look at go ahead and stop sharing all the sites. Go ahead and clean up my tabs a little bit here. And go into that and come over here like that. There we go. So let's go and take a look at an incognito window for Etsy and see where Etsy is today. Present, screen share, no audio, Etsy and share, and bring her down and bring her back up here and go here. This is an incognito window for Etsy. This is what it looks like today. So we have this lavender and purple. What I want to kind of start to focus on right away that you're going to see. We can be very create thumbnails that are completely focused on just the landing page. But we're going to go and take a look at gift mode. And this is where you begin to see a lot of color combinations that Etsy is doing with their gift mode. And there are many. I want to go ahead and we'll just open them up. There are purples and greens and oranges and blues and dark greens and cork orange and all of that sort of thing there. We're going to browse all. Browse all. So it's the gift mode, all personas, carousel button. And we want to take that and keep that available to us. So we are always staying fresh, fresh, and fresh. Okay. And I want to put this in my YouTube down below. Make sure we do that. We'll go into our studio. Go into content and live. And come in here. And we're going to add this. So this is the incognito Etsy window. And this is the gift mode personas, gift mode all personas carousel button. You will be visiting this quite a bit as we go along and build your thumbnails for your Etsy streams. So we can at this point use a color picker. Sometimes a website will reveal the colors that they used. Maybe on the landing page that would be so. So we may go ahead and take a look at the developers window and see if we can locate these. But for today, we're just going to grab the colors from the using a color picker. Now, I may not have a color picker on my window, my incognito window. I may not have a color picker. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we're going to do something clever. We're going to color pick it actually from my, make this bigger. We're going to actually color pick it. It may not be the best color picking, but it's okay. Gets us started. So we're going to color pick from the 90s Kid one. I'm going to just pick that color using a color picker. Follow through on it. Keep it somewhere. It'll probably best go into the banners of. So this is the 90s Kid. The 90s Kid. And the orange is this color. And then the blue. Once again, going into my color picker and just going here to the blue. So we're not being very perfect on things today, and that is the blue. It's kind of a denim-y chambray blue. And that's what we're showcasing there. So we're on the 90s Kid gift mode persona button, carousel button with the orange and the blue. We'll also do another one which is the adventure. Remember, this is how Etsy sees things. And the theory that we're going along with is that whatever you do should complement Etsy. And the adventure, the blue is here, and then the light salmon is right here. This light blue. I'm sorry, we have the blue already, don't we? Have the blue. We're looking for the light salmon color here. Grab him. X out of my color picker. And the salmon will be there. So we're just going to do those two. The 90s kid and the adventurer. More than likely, these explore gifts to match their taste and these headers here will probably change over time, is what I'm thinking. But I'm just taking it for what we have and what we can use right now today. I'm not going to get too hung up on uh, how Etsy is going to modify, because you should be going into the website all the time if this is of interest to you. How you present your products, how you present your own brand, how you present on other social platforms so that you are complementing Etsy. You are not contrasting um, with with Etsy. And as I said, this is only a theory that I have about starting a shop and making sure that you are folded well into, commonly phrased as, the ecosystem, that all of this becomes very well known to you and you're not also fighting against yourself to showcase your products using live stream technologies. Because any of these things, we have four colors right now, whether they were solid colors that you were using for your thumbnail, they were all the different things we're going to learn once we get into the thumbnail creator. But now we have four colors that we can play. They're basically the same colors. They're a blue and an orange. Let's just call it that. But we have the hex now, and we can go into the StreamYard in just a moment. So we're going to go look at all these opportunities. You've got blue, violets, and oranges. You've got more blue, so it's quite obvious, like yellow and chambray, and ochre and chambray, and light green and dark green. And it goes, look at this, how many categories they have. We just want to go down here. Like here's the cowgirl, and you'll notice that our shop will have the cowboy boot. Probably maybe seen that out on X when I've showcased it on X. So that's for the cowgirl, the cyclist. Look at how many pages. We're going to the very last page, the very last one, the Zen Seeker. And then we'll plunk ourselves right down in the middle. I'm assuming that they move these things around quite a bit. The hip hop lover, the Italia lover, the LA local, and so forth. Now, how many of these are on my page? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 on each page. That is how many different gift personas that they have. Remember, gift mode, all personas carousel. So a lot to look for. If we go and just explore the tags that they're using, occasions, we have the bridesmaids, the new homeowner, the new parent, the retiree. How fun is this? So much fun. All right. So I think we understand each other as to where you can get the inspiration from. It does not have to be from Design Seeds or there's so many gorgeous color sites. There's some uh, X posters that I follow that are just they're magicians when it comes to color. and what they're able to do with color is so evocative. But in the very beginning, remember, because we're coming from a place of never having had an Etsy shop, never having attempted to have an Etsy shop. And so we're starting from the beginning. We're relying on AI entirely to tell our story, to make sure that we are staying on track with our objectives, um, understanding the company itself, the C-suite and how they think about things, and all of the matters of incredible um, events that happen on Etsy on a daily basis. So that's the Explore Gifts. We're going to go back because there's one more place that you can go. And I find that this is very valuable. That is the Etsy Journal. The Etsy Journal is basically their on deck blog. See, it says search the blog. Explore ideas and inspiration for creative living. And they are now doing the Mother's Day gift worthy ideas. And we may actually use this to create a thumbnail. 40 plus extra special Mother's Day gift ideas worthy of mom. So maybe we'll just do gift ideas worthy of mom, something like that. And even here, you're going to see the colors. We have the peach fuzz, the color of the year, and even the way that the backgrounds are done, the black with the turquoise or aqua up against the lavender. Remember, these are professional people that are coming up with these layouts. So you have to be just alert if you want to. I find it so fascinating. We're going to read on and go, well, they think enough about it. There's the peach fuzz with the black, the lavender, and the aqua or turquoise. And here's the article. Here are more ideas. Now, this is something where we see a opposites attract. I don't know if you can see this, but this is all very wabi-sabi. All of these repetitive neutrals, naturals, wabi-sabi, macrames, twisted yarns, simple black and whites, botanicals, edge on edge colors, the natural leathers. Isn't that something? So we have this, of which we could color pick as well, up against this. So we know that already there's a bit of a conflict in that Etsy does not need to present itself as this gorgeous website because it's a website of discovery. Stay on the website because you're looking and you are um, trying to make decisions on gift purchases because this is the year. This is the year of gift mode for Etsy. But I want you to be aware of that. We are going to do color picking from here as well. I think we'll take this gemstone here, which is a featured site. And you'll notice when you hover over it, it says a collage of blah, blah, blah. And here we go with the Mother's Day gifts. And all of a sudden do I not see that personalized jewelry piece? I don't see that one. Ooh, it's not on here. It should be on here, but it's not on here. Let me go back and we'll just go ahead. It's this picture right here. Collage of items on Etsy for sale for Mother's Day. So that's going to take us to the entire collage, but I don't see this item. So we'll come back to this. Let me go back. Stay on the journal. We'll visit another journal that they did. This is the 15 Pitch Perfect Gifts for Music Lovers. And go into this journal entry, which was done March 28th. And 15 Pitch Perfect Gifts for Music Lovers. Go down. Here's their music lover carousel. And from this, it's very easy to color pick this. And other items, guitar picks and violin holders, etc., etc. All the colors that you can use. But I want you to come up here to this one here, the music lover. And I'm going to now show you something. I'm going to stop sharing this and let me show you what I did over on Twitter. Okay, over on Twitter. Over on Twitter. And we'll share the screen in just a moment. Over on Twitter, present. Need to present Twitter. Twitter. And share. Okay. All right. This is my Twitter. I took the colors. I modified the base part. I put my product up. I made it so that it's a gift mode item. And I put it out on Twitter. On Twitter, I will let you know what I said. Got 40 impressions on this. And I said, can you guys see that now? Let's make sure that you can see that. Yeah. Okay, then we'll make it bigger so you can see it all the way. Etsy. And Etsy today is trading at $65.06, down 0.18%. Profitable side hustles have always been widened as sellers become affiliates, because I learned about their affiliate program yesterday. Etsy programs focused on bloggers offer banners and newsletters, 4% and other perks through AWIN, and here is their merchant write-up. Our shop opens summer 2025. So when you are a seller on Etsy and maybe you don't involve yourself as much with the social dialogue of the bigger communities, politics and weather and current events and music, you can take whatever that other interest that you have and bring it over to the social platforms and use your imagery to show, first of all, your union with Etsy, and that everything that you do is a complement to what they have built for, air quote, for us to use. And this is a theory of mine that if we found ourselves kind of more in that river, that we are able to kind of carve out the strength and power of the seller. You are an amazing group of people. You are creative. I was on Facebook yesterday and I just typed in Etsy, and the amount of creativity is beyond. The fact that there is not more lifting up of, of how the creators think and feel about their handiworks, about everything, just the way that your studios are built, the way that you think about life, what you want to be able to give and do for others. It's really, really absolutely marvelous. The fact that that is available to us is it's a stroke of genius. It really is. And the more that you listen to C-suite speak about the purpose of Etsy, I really think if we were to just focus there, that this is a very good life to be an Etsy seller. This is why we are going over there, so that we can be around people that absolutely love what they do They love their customer. They love the continuation of being creative and working with their hands. It's just stay with me on this one. But that's how I took our little journey in opening up the shop, and this is kind of how I'm approaching it. And of course, as we all do, I hope it works. I do hope it works. Okay, so that is what I was able to do there. Let's go ahead and remove that and go ahead and show here this again. All right. Um, don't think we have to show that anymore. Going to stop sharing. Okay, close out my Twitter so I'm not disoriented here. I could have put the Twitter thread link. Suppose I could have done that. Okay, so who is ready after 1 hour of setting it all up, setting all the color thing up? Who is ready to go over to StreamYard and build tomorrow's thumbnail? Let's do it. Going to go on a little bit of a break, put myself on mute for just a moment, and I can't wait to really dig in. See you soon. Okay, I hope you guys were able to follow through how I was creating the thumbnail, and now we've been able to arrive at the 90s kid. Generally speaking, the 90s kid colors that we're getting from the gift mode personas on Etsy. On Etsy. Okay, do we kind of we follow one another now, right? And it is the fifth, not one, two, three, four, the fifth layout. The fifth layout. Okay. So we're only using the two. We like the way that it's set up. We may want to add, because we are in the right layout, to add more people. Or no, that's maximum of two people. Ooh, maximum of two people. Let's show the date, and that makes it look a little more interesting. And Etsy Secret Weapon Unpacking the CEO Strategy. Now, remember, we're not doing this all together. This is AI. Let's go ahead and I want to make sure that I get that in there somehow. Remember they have thumbnail create. That's a secret weapon unpacking the CEO strategy. Oh, you know what I could do? Let me take that out. See, this is when that little teeny tiny byline would help. That's a secret weapon unpacking the CEO strategy. And thumbnail creation, I guess. I don't know. I have to get that in there, else I'm going to get myself into trouble. And thumbnail creation. Okay, there we go. That looks okay. That looks good. Okay, now I want to go ahead and take a screenshot of this actually because I don't want to lose what we've built because the download offering did not pull up yesterday. We have outlines on everybody and we are going to finally apply. We are finally going to apply. And right away, we're scrolling down to the bottom and we are going to download our thumbnail. We're going to revisit the name and we're going to go over to here and it's Etsy Secret Weapon Unpacking the CEO Strategy. That is the name of our stream. There we go. And we're going to go here and put that here and go here and put that here. And we did one more thing, didn't we? We added, okay, I might have to switch that up. Anyway, that's that. And it's public. We're scheduling it for tomorrow, which is the 4th at 9:55 a.m. We're not making any changes to it. We've already downloaded it. We've already downloaded it. Very important so that you can use this elsewhere. Number one, on your stream. So when we go back over to our banners, to our overlays, we will add that thumbnail to our stream. And we're going to go ahead and create the stream. Create the stream. And there we are there. Etsy's Secret Weapon Unpacking the CEO Strategy will start tomorrow at 9:55 a.m. and we're good to go. And there you go. All right. Let's stop the screen share. And let's go ahead and get rid of this. What I will do straight away is go into our studio. go into our brand, scroll down for my overlays. I'm going to add the overlay. It's going to be a download. It'll be the thumbnail that was just put into the, be a download thumbnail. I don't know why I never spelled thumbnail right. And there we go. It'll be thumbnail number 14 and 15. It's giving me two of them. I will open him like that. And there we go. Yay, yay, yay. That is tomorrow's episode. This is how easy it can be. Doesn't have to be so crazy because I'm going through the many steps so that I can hopefully reduce all of this for you guys into something that's really quick and often. We do things that are quick and often that we enjoy doing. We will do them forever. And this is where I want to try and make sure that we are headed, that we will just continue to love on this and keep creating and doing interesting things with the thumbnails, using them elsewhere, being recognized as Etsy sellers that use live streaming comfortably, beautifully, and it all goes on along with what you are already doing with your shops. So this is not about creating something else for you that is not within your shop. We all know where this comes from. It's the 90s kid persona on Etsy. And we created a thumbnail, Etsy secret weapon unpacking the CEO strategy and thumbnail creation with Beauty Bubble will be live tomorrow. Please look down below for the description, the links. I will keep working on the timestamps. There'll be basic knowledge, what we're demoing, the going back to the gift mode persona carousel, and we'll just keep working on that. Okay? So I hope that you really enjoyed this. It's been a lot of fun for me. Um, there's a lot to share. I think when you get overexcited, at least for me anyway, too overexcited for too long, then I get a little bit burnout and I don't want to talk anymore about it. But I think if we just keep it, keep it basic, keep the knowledge just right there. Doesn't have to be too scientific. It doesn't have to be too juvenile. I'll try and raise up my voice a little bit so that it doesn't sound like I'm mother goosing everyone. And, it's all right. We're all a work. We are all a beautiful work of art. Enjoy your day. I will see you and talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye now.